It was the hit of Estonia in the summer of 1994, a lighthearted pop song called Do You Speak English, about an American struggling to speak Estonian with local women. That American was Omaha native Douglas Wells, a young Peace Corps volunteer in Estonia. Wells was a drummer in college bands who had to change instruments and travel more than 4,000 miles to score a hit.
Okay, well, this is the unplugged version of Kasaragid Inglisakeld, which means, do you speak English? Kasaragid Inglisakeld, Solid County Smollen Vaka Hea Mail, Kahaks Kusi Dauks Cord Vale, Kasaragid Inglisakeld. Well, a sunny day in Carlisle. When I got to the island, I was, started writing a couple songs, and I hooked up with some guys there who were playing in a local band called HEPT, which stands for like this Hiuma, Polytechnical Agricultural Institute. It was basically this place, this collective farm, Soviet collective farm where they practiced. Dictionary looked up all the words, but when I started talking, the only thing I heard was Kasaragid Inglisakeld. So I'm in the grocery store, and I'm sitting there in line, and I'm kind of half listening to the radio, and the guy's like, yeah, it's going to be 25 degrees tomorrow, and now here's this song by Douglas Wells and HEPT, and they roll the song, and I about drop my groceries. I'm looking around, where the heck's that coming from? And these people standing in line are like, whoa, didn't you know? Your song's on the charts. I'm like, what charts? In a really sexy voice, Quickena. They kept playing it, and it got all the way up to #1. It was like #1 for a couple, 3 weeks. It was on the charts for 12 weeks or something like that. The main appeal, I think, for the song was that it was half in Estonian and half in English. And, I'm singing Estonian with this really bad accent, and I think people thought it was pretty funny. 14 cases and I only know 3. Estonian grammar's gonna be the end of me. I went on Estonian television, kind of did what I'm doing now, did an interview, and they had me stand up and play, but I was lip syncing, which is really 60s, because they were playing this tape, and I was supposed to, kind of gyrate and sing along with them with the guitar. It was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
Douglas Wells and HEPT was a one-hit wonder. The band broke up shortly after their hit when the keyboard player left for a construction job in Moscow.
It wasn't one of those, fame, and then, they start doing cocaine, and then they crash and burn. It wasn't one of those. It was basically indifference. So it's sort of...
Wells left Estonia in 1998 without fame and fortune, but with something more important, his Estonian-born wife, Kairit. He has plenty of other memories, stories he's captured in a book called In Search of the Elusive Peace Corps Moment. One story that got national attention talks of finding a valued church bell that had been hidden from the Germans in World War II and missing ever since.
It was just miserable. I mean, it was, rain, it's dripping down the back of your neck, and I'm going around and beneath these trees and bushes, and the guy's like, try over here, and he's running around, and we do that for about 2 hours. And finally, I'm like, look, I'm saying to myself, if this is some sort of, church icon, some sort of wonderful thing that we're supposed to find, I said, then God is going to help us find it. I said, there's no other way it's going to happen. It's in His hands. And I swear, right after that, I get this huge signal on the metal detector. It was so weird.
Today, Wells works for the U.S. State Department in Paris. He left his recording career in Estonia. A reminder of the misadventures of a young Nebraskan that pops up every now and then on Estonian radio. Reporting for Statewide, I'm Mike Tobias.